Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the faerie-tempest, and this is episode 11 of the Black History Challenge. And we've had a couple of developments off screen. They're all good things, I promise. So the Coates family has dogs again. We have two puppies, they're adult dogs now, but all dogs are puppies, and their names are Pine and Willow, and you guys will be able to meet them in just a second. I also downloaded a new mod called Wonderful Whims by Turbo Driver. I downloaded this really just for the attractiveness system. So now that our Coates kids are getting a little bit older, we've seen that Alma, has a little bit of an interest in boys, and Ben Jr. kind of keeps to himself. But I think that this could be a really great addition to the game as they sort of, explore their peers. That sounds weird, but I think you get what I mean. We are now in 1887 in our game, in our timeline. This was the year that the National Colored Baseball League was established, and this is the first professional league for Black players. So Black baseball players were not allowed to be in the MLB until 1947. Obviously, we don't have baseball in The Sims, but I just wanted to note that event for this year. 1887 was also the year, it was the first time since 1870 that Congress did not have any elected African American members. There were, I believe, 3 representatives that were elected the very next Congress. However, over the next decade, only 5 African Americans were elected to the House, and as you can imagine, they faced some difficulties, contentious elections, having to fight for their seats, all of that. So I just wanted to highlight those 2 things as major events that happened during 1887. Otherwise, let's jump into this episode. We should have a lot to celebrate, actually. We have 2 birthdays coming up as well as 2 holidays. So let's go. All right, it's Saturday morning, and it is the last day of summer in the game. I'm seeing if we have any breakfast that we can put out here. We have 2 fruit salads. I'm going to have Rose make some more fruit salad for the family for breakfast. And we also have a lot of laundry to do, so I'm probably going to have to get Alma up on that. Benjamin is going to go out and take care of the garden. So we'll weed our plants here. We can just pretend that that is a fancy something. I don't know. We'll just pretend we do not see it. Rose, it looks like you're not really that hungry, so you really don't need to do all that. But I think we should get a head start on the laundry here because we have a lot to do. Oh, here are 2 new pups. So looking quizzically at their sibling is Pine, and snoozing here on the floor is Willow. So the Washington either the Washingtons, which is Rose's sister, or the might have been Rose's brother. Their dogs had puppies, and so the Coates family, have been missing having their dogs around and having a little bit of extra companionship. So we have our two doggos back in the house. All right, Elijah has woken up, so we'll get him some fruit salad. Benjamin, could you come and repair that faucet? James, you can grab a serving of the fruit salad there. After Rose is done washing the clothes, I'm going to have her hang them on the clothesline and grab breakfast for herself. We can get Alma up so she can have something to eat as well. And we'll get the littlest one, Josie, up so she can also have something to eat. It's actually Josie's birthday today, so she'll be aging up into a child, and she is quite the firecracker. I feel like she lets herself be known when she is feeling grumpy or in need of something. So I think she's going to be, she might be an interesting sim to watch as she gets older. And what is Ben Jr. doing? He's talking to the chickens. Oh, Alma's good friend David Frazier is here, so we're gonna invite him in. They haven't been able to spend a lot of time together recently, so it's good that he is stopping by in the middle of a thunderstorm, no less, but okay. Why don't you ask him about his day? Could probably complain about the rain, but try to brighten his day. Try to keep things light, you know. Ben, you could sit and read. Why don't you tell him a funny story since you're feeling playful? You could try to console him since he's feeling a little on edge due to the thunderstorm. Let's see if Alma's successful consoling him. Alright, so Alma was able to successfully calm down David. And so now let's see if they can have a little bit more of a fun conversation. You could do an impression, make some funny faces. I might have Ben Jr. try to get to know David a little bit. Why don't you try and brighten his day and discuss the most recent book you read, complain about the thunderstorm. You know, he's kind of going through it right now, so you might want to sympathize with him. Because Ben Jr., I mean, I love that he's close with his family, and I definitely know people that are sort of prefer to have their social circle be their family, but I would like him to try and connect with other boys his age and see if maybe there are others that sort of share his affinity for learning or something, you know? Rose is chasing away her thunderstorm blues by playing the fiddle. Oh, we actually need to make a cake for Josie's birthday. So since it is pouring outside, we're just going to have an immediate family gathering. I don't think the family would be too happy about coming outside in this thunderstorm. So let's just have Rose make a cake and call it a day. Alrighty, so once again, who is that? What are you making? No. Can you help Josie blow out the candles? Alright, happy birthday, little Josie. Aging up into a child. Josie has aged up, and I've decided to give her the artistic prodigy child aspiration and the goofball trait, since these Sims tend to be playful. Josie spent a lot of her time as a toddler just kind of walking around in her birthday suit doing her own thing, and I think she's a little bit of a playful being. I love this new hair, by the way, but let's jump into Cass and get her set up for the decade. Here's our little cutie in her 1880s appropriate getup. If you recognize this dress, this is actually the same color and dress that Alma had when she was a child. I think that this family would be really big on hand-me-downs. There is really not a lot of room in their household funds to be buying new fabrics for every single child. And since Alma has outgrown this dress and her Sunday outfit, these I think would be passed down to Josie. So she will have the same Sunday outfit, the same every day. She even gets to reuse Alma's old nightgown, her old swimsuit. For her hot weather, she does actually get a new dress of her own, and I'm having her go barefoot, rock a barefoot look, because she strikes me as the kind of little girl that just loves to run around and kick off her shoes and really does not care what the adults want her to do or what they think is appropriate. I think Josie kind of marches to her own drum a little bit, and she just likes to have fun. So these are her outfits. This will be her wardrobe. I'm just adding on her bonnet for her winter outfit because I forgot it. And let's get back into the household. Hopefully nobody is using the grill unnecessarily again. Josie's helping herself to some of her birthday cake. She's feeling pretty good. She just played with a toy earlier, so she was just having a little fun moment to herself. Oh, shoot. I keep sending the Sims to do something and then forgetting about them. Okay, let's lock the door so nobody walks in on Elijah. Except, the dog might, but that's fine. Benjamin is the first one up today, and he is out in the farm harvesting the corn. Since it is the first day of fall, we now have our sweet corn in as well. I was thinking of planting a little bit more of these, but sometimes I feel like they're more trouble than they're worth because they attract mice, and sometimes the mice just eat the entire harvest and you get nothing. Come spend some time with James. How about that? Ask him about his day. This is a very small thing, but I wish that there was an interaction where Sims could ask each other how they slept, I think that would be a cute thing. Nope, your mom is making actual food for breakfast. That's not cake. Not that cake isn't wonderful, just, not for breakfast right now. Rose, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We don't need fruit cobbler. I don't need you to make fruit cobbler. You can eat the food that you already made 5 seconds ago. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm gonna put this grill away because I'm going to have Rose actually go look for a job. So I've brought Rose to Willow Creek Market because it is not off the grid, so she'll be able to use the phone option to find a job. And I am going to have her join the tailoring career. So this is a mod that was made possible by Midnight Tech. So Rose will be hired as a sewing machinist. What I am thinking of for this career is that Certainly there were women doing housekeeping or becoming a laundress, they might become a seamstress. And so I'm thinking of this in more of the terms of a laundress, which would be someone who is not only cleaning clothes, but also taking clothes home to mend or darn. So I am having Rose take on an additional career because again, we are just not making that much money as sharecroppers, and we want the best for our kids. We want them to go as far as they can. Ben Jr. is still pretty enthused about being in school and learning as much as he can. And his younger brother, I think it's James, so you'll see here, he was also sent home with a journal, and he has also sort of taken a liking to learning, to mastering his letters and numbers and all of that. So I think that especially now that Alma is older, Alma is helping out at home, I think Rose feels confident that she can sort of leave her eldest daughter to take care of the younger siblings and help manage at home while she is helping them make a little bit more money. So hopefully that will help us out down the road. So young Elijah over here is feeling very tense right now because he is festering bitterness. He really cannot stand being around a sim he has a grudge against. And I have no idea what started this, but apparently Elijah and James are in a fight about something right now. Elijah has a festering grudge about his younger brother James. It's hard to forget or forgive the past, which may make being around James feel very unpleasant for Elijah. So I have no idea what these two got in a fight about, but he just does not want to be around his brother right now. Oh, accused of touching possessions. Okay. Maybe the siblings here were getting into a little bit of a tiff over toys or something. Wow, okay. Well, I know that you are feeling angry, but there is absolutely no reason to be shouting curse words in this house. Okay? We do not appreciate those kinds of words in this house. That is not okay. That's another behavior that I could not have gotten away with in front of my parents as a child. Never in a million years. Benjamin, why don't you come over here and tell James that he's going to be okay, express love towards him, and I think also take a moment to teach him to say sorry. I think this is an important thing to teach every child. I don't know which of the character traits that this helps with, but I'm hoping that that this will be the kind of thing that will help James and Elijah sort out their issues. It's Monday morning and Rose has her first day of work today, so she is making breakfast for the family before she goes off. Benjamin was just off searching for some crystals and also searching for some fresh fish, maybe for dinner tonight. He is not feeling so fresh himself. No, we know the mice are there. You don't need to point them out, honestly. Right, Benjamin, we're going to have you harvest everything after you're done watering it. feed the chickens over there. And we need a lot of work done over here. Pine loves to get dirty and roll around in everything they possibly can, so we are going to give them a bath again, which is fine. Rose is back from her first day. She earned 144 simoleons, which is incredible. At least relative to what this family is typically able to earn. And now she is, welcome home with a fresh pile of dog poop to the foot. Beautiful. Always fun. Fun for the whole family. Looks like Elijah and James might be working through whatever little fight that they had before, which is good to see. Benjamin is done in the field, so I think I'm gonna have him do some roadside markets today. Let's head on over here to where the other sellers are going to be. It looks like we have a handful of customers here, so hopefully we can get some people to buy our wares. We actually have Elijah's birthday later on today. He'll be turning into a teenager, so we need to make sure that just in general, we gotta make sure that we are keeping up with our growing family, with our very, very large family. Wow, awesome. We sold absolutely everything. So let's pack up and head on home. No, I'm sorry. We're gonna bring Rose here. We're going to have Rose make a cake for the party today. I think family members are still arriving, but most of our cousins, aunts, and uncles are here for Elijah's birthday party. So Rose has cooked up a whole spread. We've got grilled fruit, we've got grilled chicken, and we've got grilled corn on the cob, or elote. We also have a wonderful birthday cake for Elijah, who is currently feeling a little tense because he is still holding a grudge against somebody on this lot, but we've got a pretty good spread here, a really nice big family gathering as usual for these kinds of events, which I always love to do, as you have, I'm sure, noticed by now. So let's get Elijah on over here to make a wish and age up into a teenager. Now Elijah at the moment is a dog lover, and he was a very happy toddler. He's been a pretty easygoing sim. He hasn't made too much of a mess in his older kid years. He has apparently not been great at sharing with his brothers, and maybe has been a little bit territorial, but otherwise it has been a pleasure having him as a child. And so now we're gonna see what he looks like as a teenager. For Elijah, I've decided to give him the freelance botanist aspiration. So this sim wants to grow plants and become an expert gardener. I also gave him the loves outdoors trait, so these sims become happy when they are outdoors. All right, here is Elijah, our first look at Elijah as a teenager. So I'm seeing, I think this is Rose's nose. He has the same hazel colored eyes that his siblings do, and I feel like he's a pretty healthy mix of both parents. Maybe he looks a little bit more like Benjamin to me, but let me make him a little bit more decades appropriate, and we'll be right back. So these are Elijah's outfits. As always, I'm going with a simple look, something that a teenager living in a rural, relatively poor area would own. So lots of natural colors and simple clothing. And finally, I am just going to put in the teen preset that makes him shorter. So this is again a mod by Nivea. I think I've mentioned this before, and it shortens your Sims, and I believe it also makes their eyes a little bit bigger to make them look more like a teenager, as they should. Great mod, highly recommend. As we're finishing out the birthday party here, I think I am actually going to have Elijah, he's already automatically dropped out of school, which I was planning for him. So he did not show as much enthusiasm or interest in school as his older brother, or even as his younger brother, as James does a little bit. So he is going to be helping out at home, and let's express our disappointment in his emotional meltdown. So he's going to be helping out at home and helping out on the farm, and really learning from Benjamin about how to best take care of crops and help them reach their full potential, all of that great stuff. All right, well, Elijah, I think, is going to be set on a path to, like Alma, help out with the family and help the family from within the home. So I think I'm going to leave this part here as our family finishes out the celebrations for the evening. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for even more Black History Challenge videos coming your way. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.